All right, guys. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. All right, today going to be doing some Tour 5 play. That's my pro account. So, um, my clubs are pretty highly ranked to be doing um, first tee play with my main driver. That would be a bad simulation because this account I will be doing pro for the tournament. So I'll be from the second tee. So for that reason, I have selected the quarterback. 214 drive distance compared to my 226 12-yard difference is not quite equal, but it helps make it a little closer for my second shot to be more realistic. All right. I was originally planning to do my expert level account, do Tour 10 today, but I'm not quite comfortable risking the bankroll I have because I don't even know for sure if I'm going to get the tournament holes, in 3 holes or whatever it is that my safety net is right now. And that would really stink to waste the 9 million coins on not even tournament holes. So I'd rather do 2 or 5 today and try to build up my bankroll a little bit more. And hopefully tomorrow I will be able to do, or maybe even later tonight, be able to do Tour 10 play for second tee. That's the hope. That is the goal. So, Tour 5. Dragging a little bit. I was trying to give a second for people to get in here. I don't have a timer countdown to start my stream or anything. So I just kind of posted a warning, hey, I'm coming up in about 20. So hopefully giving a few people a minute to get in here. 4 or 5. Go ahead and go in. All right, let's see. See, this helps. This simulates the distance better. That's even with a Kingsmaker. I'm gonna go down and use a Quasar for practice here. We're just gonna play this play here. I just want a little topspin. We're gonna go to the right. This is not a hole where if the wind is the wrong way, you can expect an eagle by any means. It's still gonna be a chip shot. Um, so he's playing here with the Apocalypse. So where he's at with a Navigator might be somewhere where you could possibly be with a Titan, Earthball, Berserker, depending on the wind. Playing with the lower level ball helps simulate the effect a little bit too. It's a good shot. I'm hoping to be able to make that shot in pro like that, but I want to do it with the quarterback. Make it harder on myself now. Since I'm from the first tee, I'm not able to simulate. If I could play from the second tee from here, I would. Well, missed. It's a good game. All right, back in. Straight to it. I may at the end of this take a chance. Throw in my good clubs, go play one match at Tour 10, see if we can get lucky and get the hole we're looking for. If I win it, maybe play another, see how it goes. I'm just not going to expect to win. I unfortunately have really only played maybe a dozen Tour 10 games. Still getting used to them with the new wind and adjustments and stuff from the harder tee. So I'm not super familiar from pro, which is why I'd really like to practice some of it. Will try my darndest to get a few sessions in. At least one. I'm close to the bankroll to do it. I've been focusing on it, so hopefully get the bankroll built up to a safe level where I can play a good set of matches in Tour 10. If we can do well in it, that'll enable us to do more. See, this is a perfect example, not a Tour 10 hole. We also have the benefit of shootouts. That's the only way we're going to get par threes. I don't want to go too far, actually. I'd rather be in the center of that fairway. It gives you a straighter line at the hole. If only there was a way I could just, say tournament selection, pro tee. So it only gave me the tournament holes at the pro tee. They could be random, shuffled around. That'd be fine. I have no issue with that. Change the wind so you can't master it way before the tournament. I get that. But it'd be nice to be able to practice them from the proper tee distances without risking my whole bankroll. I'm gonna use max adjustment here. Max adjustment for the thorn is about 2 a ring, so we're going to go just a touch over 2. Oh, great. Not going to go in the hole with a great. Hopefully we get a tournament shootout hole. This is one of them, in fact. These can be tricky. With this little wind, it's pretty straightforward. Follow your ball guide. You want to come in at the top of the green. If you come in too low, it's going to be in trouble. This is a hole I would suggest actually using the quarterback for. Maybe the rocket, whatever you like better. Something with some good ball guide, some good curl. It's a nice shot. Going to be tough to beat. When it comes down to there, it's a lot of luck to beat those. If they hit it right, you could hit it right and still lose. Just be close within a couple, inches. From around there. We're going to curl it. Looks pretty good. Let's see how it does. Whew, close one. That's how you want to play it, though. That is the best way. Ball guide and curl. It'll take you where you want. Just trust your ball guide. Excuse me. I like the Charlie Brown. I wish I could upload some kind of image from my picture there. It's my second account. It's just linked to my phone, so it's not linked to Facebook. Interesting approach here. Nice shot out of it. Oof. Hopefully I still got the distance. Should be okay. Should still be able to reach from there, I believe. It's tough playing with a quarterback as your main club, just through random tour play. It can be very difficult. Get in some rough situations, but it can be done. There's only a few select holes that you're really at a disadvantage when you don't have the distance on the drive. The last hole, or the hole we opened up with was a good example. Because although this club is simulating similar reach as the club I'll be using from the second tee, it does not have the top spin, which is going to make a big difference when it comes down to it. So this is still makeable. It's tricky because you got to be right on. I'm going to go right about there. And I'm not even going to move a full ring. I'm going to curl it. A little too much curl. So wasn't really a bad shot. A little more topspin. Could have got there. About the same as our opponent. He was much, much, much closer in his approach shot. So still walk away with an eagle. So this is essentially the same hole. It's a little harder, but it's essentially the same shot. And again, we're at an advantage here because he's going to have to do it with his wood club, which isn't that bad with the tailwind. But if he had his driver, he'd be doing it, with an Apocalypse, which has very limited ball guide. These are it's actually ironic that when you use a quarterback from the rookie tees here, it can actually be a benefit in the shootouts. So we're gonna go ahead and use our driver. Want a little backspin because we're using the driver. We're gonna curl it in. Should be decent. Not gonna be in the hole, but it'll be close. Gimme birdie. Those are going to be holes it's going to be very important you birdie on. Not many people will make mistakes on those holes. Tournament's different because you go in with the right club, so you're not going to have people going in there with the wrong driver or the wrong wood where they can't really see what they're doing. They're not sure what ball spin to use. Not getting lucky and drawing the tournaments for the main holes. See, to my friend that I've been talking to about matchups, if you happen to stumble across this victory or this video, 4,550. to 1,000. It never really gets better, especially if you're good. I imagine people that aren't that good at the game have better matchups more frequently, but still, it somehow magically always pairs you with someone lower or someone higher, which is weird because I don't recall ever playing or playing that many people, lower than me. So it's like, how do they ever get those? I'm doing a little extra than 5 because we're by the water and we're going to curl it. It's unfortunate that this is the most effective way to practice from a further tee without risking the money. Drop your driver down. It's about the best you can do. Nice shot. It's not in the hole, but it was a nice shot. Ooh, that's a little rough. So, you can get there. See, I had a real tough shot there. If you know what you're doing, you can still make yourself get to an approachable shot. Almost every situation. Club distance is not as important as people think. Yes, there's holes where, like, especially in a tournament, yes, bring your club with distance because it'll help make it easier. But you can typically get any par five you can get on the green in the same amount of approaches as your opponent, regardless of club distance. I also was using a Quasar. It's only power one. That was pretty darn lucky. That was a really bad shot. See what we can do here. Darn close. Sometimes you really got to hit your shot. 1.2 is a hard shot to beat. Sure. All right, tournament hole. Much better. That's what we're looking for. There's a couple ways you can play this hole. You can play short here, like he's trying to do. You can hop that water with the right clubs, although I don't know. I've never seen it done successfully, so I've seen close. I've seen people just on the rough and just in the bunker. So I know it's possible. I don't know what kind of second shot that leaves you with. You can also play the common way just to the left. So it's decent. It's a rough second shot, but he can get there. You can. We're going to go with the Titan on this hole. You can get to this fairway, which is what I'm going to try. Oh, no, not with this wind, I don't think. We're going to go to the left. With just right to left wind is that way is the way to go, I think. It's tricky. Don't get me wrong. It is tricky. But it can be done. It's right about where I want to be there. See, he's just got a tricky line at the hole there. The distance is good. He can get there absolutely. But the shot to get there is tricky. My guess is the way he instantly went with that approach is my guess is that's the way he likes to play this hole and has many times. He kind of knows what to do here, but if you're unfamiliar with the shot, I wouldn't suggest it. Now here, what about, I'm going to go with 1 bar of topspin. Because if you look, I want to hit about here, but I'm going to curl it really hard. Let's see. Something like there. You don't want to overdo the topspin here. You'll go way too far. I still could have done probably one. I could have done no topspin there. It's a difficult putt I left myself with. There's a lot of distance there. Optimally, like tournament, I'll probably use the Kingsmaker there, depending on the wind. But if I'm going to take that approach, I want the 3 bars of side spin. Katana might do it as well. Or 3 bars of full side spin. Side spin 3 ball. All right, we got her to drop. All right, this is not a tournament hole. Thank God I hate this hole. It's a tricky one, easy to mess up. There's a lot of bumping and grinding there on that fairway where he's at right now. You know, if you hit it off just a little bit with the wind calculation or hit grade or whatever the case may be, it can be it can be way off target. Slope go down the wrong way on the green. 2 mile an hour wind is pretty good though. See, he's down the left side or the right side. All right, so we are about min measurement. I want to do just a ring. I wanted to curl it to the left a little bit, just a touch, because I want to make sure that that ball doesn't go down the right side. Wasn't sure where I was at on my pin chest. Didn't really mean to just bail on the guy, but it's going to be kind of a lousy pin chest doing all tour 5 here, but still want to open it right away. So far we're looking pretty good on the tournament holes. The first one was a little rough. I'd like to draw it again. Man, not getting lucky. So we got nice wins. So I'm not going to overpower it. I want to hit perfect here. Whenever you can, do a normal powered shot. If you don't need the distance, like I didn't, see, I'm all the way to the top of that fairway. There was no reason to try and overpower that shot. Just give it the top spin, let the wind do the work. It's funny because right now, you know, Tour 5 is going to be a very busy tour because the tournament's coming up. So people are going to be practicing it. And I guarantee you this guy's going to play pro or expert. He's not ready for Masters. He's not playing Tour 10. And he doesn't want to risk the money. So he's down here practicing. But he's practicing. Like, if this was on the tournament, this would be so unrealistic to how he would be trying to play this hole. Because he's using an apocalypse from the first tee. Like, good on him for being able to make that shot. But it's not helping you prepare. I strongly suggest if you're trying to practice for pro, that you just drop your driver down. Use the rock, or yeah, the rock is fine. Quarterback. Um, Rocket is a good shot from there. I'm happy with that. Um, Thor's Hammer, level 1, is probably okay to practice with. The stats aren't there yet. It's fortunate for him that he's got such a good rough iron. He can reach this no problem. Makes me extra happy that I was able to reach from there. That's rough. No pun intended. But happily accepted. You know, if I had to take that shot from across the water on the fairway, he'd be in a much higher chance of beating me right here. This is still not an easy shot. It's hard to measure because he's uphill. He's elevated above the screen right now. Not a whole lot, and it's not far, but it does change where your ball's going to land. So you have to check your spot. You have to move it up and down just a little bit and make sure that if your ball travels a little long, it's still going to go in. He's safe. But it's very easy to miss that. And especially, you know, it's not easy to hit perfect with a rough or sand wedge. Okay, so we're going to go topspin to the left, see where we go here. How about that? It's a tricky little shootout. Not a great shot there. You know, if that was for the tournament, I wouldn't be upset with it because it'd be a birdie. But for a shootout, that's not a good shot. You want to be within 3 at least here. People can get lucky and roll better than that. Or just take a random hop here and it works out. But it is tricky to hit this hop. You know, using the Guardian with max backspin here is a little tricky because that slope is steep where he's hitting. And it's going to change the way that ball bounces quite a bit. Luckily, it's tailwind, so it'll push that ball forward a little bit. He might be lucky. But this feels like trouble. See, he's putting enough power on it now. He went to max distance. So he's using the wind with him. He hit great, probably to counter the wind's direction. That was probably intentional. If he had lined it up where he was originally going, I think it was going down the hill. But I'd really like to draw that par 4 again. Nope. It's not a tournament hole either. Good safe shot there. Don't mind me, I'm going to refill my coffee. Be right back. Now, clearly, his attempt at the hole is going to be much better here. But that's still not, by any means, a gimme shot. I have no problem reaching, you know. So what we're going to do is reduce this backspin a little bit. Come just to the right. That should help. That should counter the wind without having to overpower anything. No, not quite enough to get there. Maybe one more bar backspin should have been lost there. Hornet is a very solid club. There's times where it's a disadvantage to have it because it doesn't have enough backspin. But outside of those situations, it's a very good club. It's a pretty good go-to for your tournaments, unless you need the backspin. Very accurate. All right, shootout from the proper holes. Come on. I'd like that par 3 that I think we open up with. I haven't played that hole very much, and it'd be nice to practice it a little bit here. That's one where I really might still use the quarterback. I'm not sure. The qualifying round is good for that, finding out if it's going to be okay. I'll be playing a new tee, so it depends on the wind. And it depends on, like if a Titan will reach, that kind of situation. A little more backspin would have been good there. Not a bad shot. 2 yards-ish. Yeah, 189. Not easy to beat. He can't just blindly line up and shoot. He has to really try for the hole here. A lot of people complain about going first in a shootout. I actually prefer going first. It's rare that they have the exact same clubs as you, especially because if you notice, as farther you go on, they actually have better clubs and better balls, so they'll be taking much different shot approaches, actually. And on top of that, if you can nail your shot, you can get it down. If you get 1.1 yard away, they're under a lot of pressure to beat you, and that pressure does matter. He won. Good game. I'll play him again. I know my pin chest isn't there yet, so I'll play again. Oh, no more for him. All right, I feel like it's about time we get another one here. We've only had 2, maybe 3 main holes that were actually tournament holes. Most of them have been shootouts. Oh, another one, not again. Sorry, guys, I have no control over that. I'm trying to get the tournament holes. Oh, that's me. Good if I shot, huh? It's a fairly straightforward shot. You know, you don't need to overpower it. Don't. Hit perfect. It's more important. No issue on the fairway. Because you really don't want to go to the bottom of that green. You don't want to risk that. If you know you have the power to get up the green, maybe. But I still really haven't seen anyone hit that shot yet to where they're, easy putt for eagle. Where I'm positioned is about where you want to be for going for eagle. A little closer to the green would be good. Kind of interesting. I never see anyone play this way. I think that's basically why. That was pretty darn lucky. Pretty darn lucky. But he's going to have so little fairway to work with. I would rather be over here. Probably in the mid ballpark here. So when I do this shot with head, this is more tailwind. I actually prefer to line that third bounce just short of the pin. Should be like right around there, I believe. Oh, so darn close. Over adjusted just the tiniest little bit. A little less would have been good. Would have been in the hole. See, now this is what I was saying. He's got such a limited space to work with. And a mess up here, if he happens to hit into that trap, it's basically game over. It's real hard to hit it in. You went from a 50-50 chance of winning to like a 10% chance of winning if you hit it in the bunker. Even worse if he doesn't take a shot here. There's no way he'll get it off in time now unless he just shoots. Nope. Not sure what happened there. I'm not sure if he lost connection or what. You'd think if he was just going to concede it, he would just either quickly aim the ball nowhere or straight forfeit. Not sure what's happening. Maybe he got distracted. I don't know. It's weird. I don't see this often. I see it with one shot sometimes, but two, that's a long time to have forgotten you were playing the game. See, and that shot right there is exactly why that becomes risky. Granted, he did that because he was rushed and stuff, but that can happen just regularly playing. That's why I don't like that right side. Just play that safe shot. It's not a bad way to go. All right, one more. We got a pin chest. All right, tournament hole. I'm happy with that. And hopefully here, this actually will represent a decent difference with the club distance here. I shouldn't need the Titan, I don't believe. I will play whatever ball I need to, but I couldn't see needing it here. Yeah, we'll still play with the Titan here. Because we do want to get as up there as we can. Should be acceptable. Now this next shot is a little tricky. It's easy to miscalculate. It's uphill, but it goes up and then down. So when you're coming at the hole, it's downhill. So the wind plays less. So it's easy to overshoot this rough patch if this is how you play, which is what I suggest, playing the rough here. So if you overshoot this rough patch because you're not calculating for that little bit of downhill action in the underplayed wind. See, I don't think he is. I think he didn't play it. He may be in trouble. Yep. It's not what you want to do. Underplay the wind here and play yourself about a ring or two further back than you would think. So if you want to hit here, play yourself back here. Give yourself that. I'm still going to make it. Give yourself that room. Right in there looks good. So we're only going to do about 3 rings here. I'm underplaying that wind. And we're in the hole. Oh no, robbed. Close though. That's how you want to play that shot. Underplay the wind and put yourself a ring or two back from where you want to land. And you will go where your ball guide tells you. It works. Could have had an albatross there, which is what you want in the tournament for sure. If you can nail an albatross, it'll put you in a good place. A lot of people are going to get close, but not that many people will get it to drop. It's going to be a lot of eagles on this hole. Probably like 90% of people will eagle it most times. Which means you definitely can't be going for a birdie here. I do rather enjoy the shootout hole. As long as I've got my sniper. Backbone, it's fine. He's doing it the correct way, in my opinion. Play the beginning of that fairway. If you've got the club for it, the right side can be very good too, but you have to have enough backspin. So we're going to need some left spin. It's a good shot. Not great, but it's a solid shot. Kind of an awkward. I was just short being where we want to be. If I had a couple more yards on that club, I could have had a much better lineup. It's not terrible. 3.5 yards is not a terrible shootout score. Especially the pressure was off. I knew I didn't have to get great. I just had to get close. Open this guy up. All right, we're gonna go. Oh, open that one too. We're gonna go ahead and switch clubs. Take at least one swing here. Make sure I got the right club. Yeah, absolutely for sure. The Apocalypse outmatches that extra mile. Taking one stab. I don't want to risk too much bankroll. If I win, we might do another. We will see. The matchups are sure to be much, much, much more obscure in here. I'm going to have a lot. It's only going to be mostly people with the clubs that really would be risking this level. So, of course. Can't get a good one though, huh? You can see the distance that second tee makes. It's significant. Like this hole is played completely different here. Especially we have headwind, you know. It's a good shot from there. I'm sure my opponent's gonna have no issue reaching or anything, so he's gonna be going for the pin as well. Harder shot. Yeah, opponent's got master banners, you know, so he's very comfortable up here. A little short. Darn. On to a shootout. Let's hope it's from the tournament at least. nice to win this one. Take one more stab. Nice. Tournament hole. Take one more stab. So we have to go driver here. We want to go, maybe, I think I'm going to go full 2 bars here because of that wind. I guess I'm not familiar with these holes from the second tee, so just basing the knowledge off of what I know from the first tee. Should be a decent shot. I don't know if you can be right at the hole, but it should be decent. I'd like to be closer for sure. I think 1 bar backspin would have been correct there. So now he's doing topspin. Which, depending his line, he's playing far enough back, the topspin should be okay. But if you do too much topspin and you go too forward, you go up into that rough and you won't come back. But I imagine it'll be okay because he played it back pretty far. Yeah, he's going to win this one. He's probably going to be 1.5 yards, 2. That's my guess. Wow. It's close. I'm very surprised. I thought he was going to have a better line on that than I did. That's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Go ahead and try one more, see if we can get a regular tournament hole. And that'll be the end of the stream here today. May do another later tonight. We will see. Depends how my bank buildup goal goes with my main account. As you've seen, not getting very lucky with the tournament draws, so we are gonna swap over Katana so I can get that full side spin. Ah, overshot it. Still not a terrible line to the pin from there. Not the best. That tree is a little in the way. That tree is in play. It's the thing when you curl the ball, the wind plays more. And we're shooting over water, so it plays even more. I was measuring at about 9 miles an hour, and I should have been measuring probably at more like 11, and I wouldn't have overshot it. Okay. So this is a good situation to have a Katana out for. That was pretty unlucky right there. That was pretty unlucky. Thought I had a little more curl when I was lining up that shot. Should have lined it up more to the right. Or underplayed the wind. I was overplaying the wind because I was curling it. Well, that was a quick, unfortunate loss. And that is going to be the end. So, anybody that watched, thanks for watching. Sorry we didn't get more tournament holes. Did the best I could. There will be more to follow. Please tune in.